This spreadsheet contains a list of horses, data about horses. So what do we have on row one and there with the yellow background is the headings for each column. So the horse ID, the name, the breed, and so on. And then we have records for 100 horses. So it's kind of a structured set of data. And because of that structure with the headings and the consistent layout, in Excel, we can run queries a bit like we would in a database. So the purpose of this example is to demonstrate how to run simple queries to retrieve data that meet certain conditions. So I might want to retrieve and show horses that are of a certain breed and a certain color and a certain temperament. So there's one such question down here at the bottom of the list of data. So here's the 100 horses, and here's the question we want to answer. So we want to just list or view those horses that are black in colour, calm in temperament, and which cost in excess of €27,000. So currently we have our list of 100 horses, and as I said, we have their colour, their temperament, and their cost among the many details that are held here. So we're looking for horses that are, I think, black in colour, that are calm in temperament, and which cost above €27,000. So the first horse there meets two of those conditions, but doesn't meet the third one, horse number 15. So he or she wouldn't qualify. So what we're going to do now in Excel is we're going to use the advanced filter feature to retrieve and display just those records that meet that particular set of criteria, those three criteria. So by default, we might be in the Home tab, but to do this exercise, we need to be in the Data tab, and under Data, as I said, we want to choose the advanced filter. So what we're going to be doing is looking at the list of data that's involved here, which is cell A1 to cell M101. So Excel anticipates that because I've clicked somewhere in the block of data within that 100 rows of data for the 100 horses, it automatically anticipates this block kind of defines the zone I'm interested in, the block of data I'm interested in. So it picks the top left hand corner, which is cell A1, and the bottom right hand corner, which is cell M101. And then I need to have criteria. So this is what I have to build next. I have to tell it that I want black horses of calm temperament and who cost more than 27,000. But I have to do a bit of work on that first. So before I can fill in this detail, I'm just going to cancel, and I'm going to go down the bottom of the sheet to fill in those details. So the first thing I'm going to do is, even though this isn't required, it's just for convenience, I'm going to copy the headings because the headings are too far away from me. As I scroll down the 100 rows, the headings disappear out of view. So I'm just going to copy the headings in here into row 103. So I can then just use them to guide me when I do the question. So I'm looking, I said, for horses that are black in colour, so the colour is needed. The calm temperament, so the temperament column is needed, and the cost is needed. So I'm going to copy those three cells, those three headings. I'm going to paste them here into row 105. And one of the reasons I'm pasting them is, copy and pasting them is because if I just type the words out again, colour, temperament, and cost, I might spell them incorrectly, or I might introduce a space at the beginning or the end that I wouldn't have realized was there. So I'm going to give them a different color because they're going to be part of my criteria. So as I said, row 103 is just here to guide me, to give me, save me the trouble of scrolling up the screen to get information or to clarify things. So under color, I want black. Under temperament, I want calm, and under cost, I want greater than 27,000, in excess of 27,000. So again, I could type the word black there, and the word calm there, and so on. I'm going to copy them from the data, again for the same reasons, just in case I misspelled something. So I have black for the color. I'm going to copy calm for the temperament, and I'm going to type in the greater than 27,000. There's no 27,000 value looking at me easily there. And what I'm going to do before I finish off the rest of it is I'm going to just change the font size here to make the text bigger in the three cells. Make it about font size 14, and I'll make it bold as well so it stands out. Again, the 14 didn't work there, so I'll just do it for all of them. So here we're looking for, I said we have criteria with the headings here for color. So black has to be under the heading for color. Calm has to be under the heading for temperament, and the greater than 27,000 has to be under the heading for cost. These are going to be my criteria that's going to be applied to the 100 rows of data. So what I've now got to do is tell Excel where these criteria are and then how to apply them to the 100 rows of data. So I'm going to go back again to my data tab, choose advanced, and again it remembers that the block of data I want to work with starts at A1 and ends at M101. So that's the 100 rows. And now I need to apply the criteria to it. So I'm going to scroll down to the criteria. I've clicked on the criteria slot there on the screen in the advanced filter pop-up. And now I'm going to specify the criteria range, and it starts at cell B105 and ends in cell D107. So Excel does that for me. So the Q6SCR exclamation mark is the name of the sheet I'm working with. Okay, so it sticks in the sheet name and then it puts in the range of cells as well. So when I hit the OK button here, what should happen is a lot of these rows should disappear, and I'll be left with the only rows where the color of the horse is black and the temperament is calm and the cost is above 27,000. So let's see what happens. So initially I think everything disappears, but if you scroll up, what you'll see is we have one horse. We have one horse here, number 41 on the list, has color of black, temperament calm, and costs more than 27,000. So this horse, in other words, fulfills all three criteria. So I'll just put some different color there to make them stand out. This horse is black, calm, and above 27,000 in price, in cost. So because I wanted them for it to be black and calm and above 27,000, all three of those values or all three of those criteria go on the same row on the spreadsheet. Okay, they go in the same row. Whereas if my question was something different, if my question said horses that are black in color or calm in temperament or which cost in excess of 27,000, I'd have a different approach. So in this example here, where the question uses and to link the various conditions. So it's black and calm and greater than 27,000. So therefore we only see horses that meet all three conditions. So in another clip, I'll explain how to use OR. So that's the end of this current clip.